Welcome to the time long training module for psychiatric nurse practitioner students. First thing we will do from our home page, we're going to click clinical, time logs, and then we can see that our time logs that we have currently already logged populate here. We can see the date of the encounter, the rotation name, the task, preceptor, our clinical site, the cohort that we're in, total number of hours that we have logged for that day, and then the last time it was modified or the first day that it was logged. So to add a new case or time log, click the green Add button, the date of the encounter, your rotation, your section, which should automatically populate at the top, the time frame for the semester, the name of your clinical site, which will also be scheduled, the name of your preceptor. If these do not populate, you are able to search for them just by typing in a first part of their name. They'll pop up. Your time tracking task will be PMHNP, either geriatric hours, pediatric hours, or adult hours. We would not typically use therapy or telepsych hours as we would want to know the age category more so than telepsych or therapy. Eight hours and 15 minutes, the time frame that you are at your site. If you are logging, you'll click the Add button. If you are logging more than one population in a day, for instance, if you are at a clinical site for 8 hours and you see 2 hours of peds and 2 hours of geriatric and 2 hours of adult, you would want to break that up. So in order to log that time, you would do 3 separate entries. So you would add for that date, let's say December 4th, your section, the semester is the period, your clinical site, your preceptor, your time tracking task. Let's say that we were at that site for 8 hours this day, and we are going to log 3 hours of pediatric time for that day. Click Add. So then we'll want to go in and add a second entry for the remaining 5 hours. So we're going to do the same exact thing. Your time frame, the clinical site, the preceptor, and then our time tracking task, let's say it was adult for the remaining 5 hours. And we can see here that we've now logged 8 hours total for December 4th. We have 5 hours here, 5 hours of adult and 3 hours of pediatric time. So you do want to break that up. If you realize that you made a mistake and you were actually only there for 8 hours and 15 minutes, you can select this box on the left, click Actions, Edit, and go down and alter the minutes. Or if it was the wrong preceptor or you needed to change something else. Keep in mind that if you do make any changes to these, after they have been approved, it will revert back to the pending status, and this remains pending until your preceptor approves it. You can also see the date that you last modified those in addition to the clinical site, your task, rotation, and the date of the occurrence or the date you were there. Once you're complete with all of your case logs, you'll select the eMedley icon in the top left corner, and this will return you to the home page. This concludes your time log training.